Okay, so I'm back. I got a ton of requests to do this talking video. Just my thoughts, random video over and over again, so I decided to do it again. I think it's fun too. But it's like you get to a point where you're like, what should I do? What should I say? Wow, it's windy outside. And you're just like rambling. So like I'm trying to think of stuff and I'm trying not to. Like with me, I'm a writer, so when I write things down, it comes a lot easier than me just saying my thoughts. So I'm gonna take it from a writing perspective. When you write, you start off with a grabbing interest thing. You want to start your audience with like something that grabs their attention. So here you go. Think about it. Scenario. You have to choose, okay? You are standing by a railroad track. One train is going, okay? It's going full speed ahead. It's about to hit 4 train workers who weren't. I know it's kind of weird that they're working on a train when it's going, but they're working on the railroad track, and there's 4 train workers. There is a lever here where you can pull the lever and it will divert the train to another track. Problem is, on the track that if you press that lever to put it down to divert the train, there is 1 worker there working on the track. Okay, so what do? Do you, A, pull the lever, divert the train from killing the 4 people on the track on this side, and divert that train onto the other track, so that's you pulling that lever, diverting the train onto their track, killing the 1 person? Or do you, B, don't pull the lever, just let it be, and it kills those 4 people. Just let it be. You just watch the train go down the track, kill those 4 people. I'll give you a minute to think that over. Well, not a minute, but just think. Either you're going to pull that lever and divert the train to the other track with the 1 person, or you're not going to pull the lever and just let it be. Okay, did you think about it? Okay. There's that scenario. Lots of people, some people, would pull the lever. Because if you pull the lever, then you'll be saving 4 lives. If you pull that lever, you're killing 1 person, but you are saving 1 life. If you think of it that way, a logical way of thinking it. Or, this is what I was thinking. If you pull that lever, you are a murderer. You are murdering 1 person. 1 person's life is gone because you pulled that lever. Even though you saved 4 people, you deliberately pulled that lever and killed that 1 person. The second scenario, here we go. Same issue, train tracks. Okay, you see the train tracks. You're above the patio. There's someone on the train track, gonna get ran over. There's someone standing next to you on the platform that you're on. This guy, he's big, and if you push him over, let's say he's big enough that if you push him over, he'll stop the train and save that person. Well, the family. We'll say it's a family on the track. Do you push that person? Do you push that person and kill 1 person to save the family, and the family has kids? Or do you not do anything and don't push the person and the family gets killed? Now this one was harder. People with this question, because I've seen this issue brought up on the some brain episode I was watching. Like, it's about the brain, and it's telling you our ethical and our logical thoughts going through stuff. It is harder it is harder for us to see now I'm doing this again. It is harder for us to like think about something and know that we murdered someone on purpose. So it's easier for us to just pull a lever. Or, because some people, you know, with the first example, when you just pull the lever, some people would pull the lever because you're saving 4 lives and killing 1 person. For me though, I would kind of leave it up to fate, because I'm a believer in God, you know. If something's meant to happen, well, it's sad to say it's meant to happen, but if I change that destiny and pull the lever myself and kill that 1 person on the track when the train was going to that for the 4 people, and I diverted the lever, I'm going to feel guilty for the rest of my life for killing 1 person. I pulled the lever and killed that 1 person, like a murder. But the other one, where you push the person off the platform, in my other, you know, scenario, if you push the person off the platform, you are physically pushing them. You're not pulling a lever. You're physically pushing them. So less people said they would push the person off the track to save the family. They would just let it be, because they're actually shoving the person that's killing somebody. That's why it's easier for people in war nowadays, because war nowadays is fought, you know, behind the scenes. It's not like the beginning of the times where they would be in the front of the line actually shooting the people, like right there, front and center. Right now it's more just, you know, flick a switch and boom, there goes a missile. So it's easier for, I mean, some people do that. I mean, there are people nowadays who are in the front lines and they are shooting. But it's easier for humanity, to pull a lever, like in my scenario, or push a button to unload a missile, than it is to actually kill the person. Like, you know, it's proven that if you actually lay a hand on a person, if you actually, you know, actually see that person being shot by you, it affects you than, you know, pushing the button for the missile, you know, to unleash a missile out of a plane and kill lots of people. Like, it's less dehumanizing, thinking that, oh, I'm pressing a button, you know, and it's just a button. But that missile that you released to push the button that exploded a whole city or town, or building that killed way more people, it feels less like it's your fault than, you know, actually shoving person, or, you know, killing them with your hands. Pushing a button, pulling a lever is different. It's less dehumanizing. I mean, that's just weird how we balance that out in our brains. Another thing, let's see. I had something in my mind, and now it's gone. I kind of feel like, you know, like a fish. Like, they only say fish have 3 seconds of memory. So, like, they see something and then, like, they forget it. Kind of like Dory on Finding Nemo. Dude. See, now that I said dude, like, I'm like, kind of, it's just kind of funny how, like, people, like, my name's not dude. Like, that's kind of like a California thing. Like, how it's funny how, like, people in, like, the South, let's say y'all, and, like, we say, yo, guys, everybody, you guys, and they say y'all. I think it's cute when people say y'all. It sounds weird when I say it. See, now I'm, like, diverting. I had a thought in my mind. Okay, I was talking about the brain and how we... Okay, maybe it's time for another topic. Let's see. What other topics? Dreams. Dreams are funny. They say that, like, some of your stuff in dreams means stuff. Like, I used to get dream books when I was little, and read up on things that are really weird. Like, I often have dreams about, like, toilets and stuff. Because toilets, I've always had, like, a phobia of toilets for some reason. Like, I'd get my foot caught in a toilet, and so, like, I couldn't get it out. Like, I'd be stuck in that hole. Or an overflowing toilet. Or, you know what sucks? When you have to go to the bathroom really, really, really bad in your dream, and you're, like, looking for a toilet, but then there's no toilet to be found, or all the stalls are taken, or... My issue is that all the toilets are clogged up, and there's, like, the water's... What scares me about toilets is water coming out of them. Like, even now, like it's scary for me to plunge a toilet because I'm afraid that I don't have enough power to plunge a toilet, and all of a sudden, when I plunge it, like, the water coming up, if I don't take it out fast enough, or, you know, that it will overflowing water from a toilet, it just scares me. Water from a toilet. I don't know. Something about it. Like, you know how they have the new fancy dancy, they have the new fancy, toilets that, like, in different countries and stuff, how they shoot water to clean your butt so you don't have to use toilet paper. I would never use that. Like, water coming from a toilet, like, shooting, that would just scare me. I'd rather just use paper. I know it's not environmentally friendly, but, I mean, I don't trust water from a toilet. Like, it's just scary. Even though it's clean water, some might, but... Okay, so now, random thoughts with Amy. Let's see. Okay, well, that's that. Oh, dreams. I mean, if you guys have a really cool dream, share it in the comments, but, what else is cool? I'm, like, really into, like, just different interesting parts of the brain, because our brain is always active, even when we're sleeping. It's just crazy. But it is weird. Like, we are paralyzed in our sleep. Like, during the REM sleep, we are paralyzed. I mean, there are sleepwalking issues, but that's not in your REM sleep. When you're dreaming. Dreams happen during REM. R-E-M. Let's see. Christmas. You know, Christmas was just yesterday. And I'm going to bring up the holidays and how, like, people feel like, I mean, sometimes, you know, the holidays for me, I kind of don't really like the holidays because it's a pressuring time. I like regular days, like, just, you know, because a holiday, it's like you're forced to do something. If you're not doing something special with somebody on that day, then you feel left out. Especially if you go on social media, you see everybody doing something. And it's just such a lonely feeling if you don't have a family member or a special someone to celebrate it with. That's why I try not to make a big fuss about it, you know? But Christmas used to be such a fun time for me. Like, 'cause it's so magical when you're little, like, you know. For me personally, I don't think I ever believed in Santa Claus because Santa Claus would probably scare me because, believe it or not, like, before I knew about the Tooth Fairy, I was scared to death about the Tooth Fairy. I was sleeping over at my cousin's house, and she's older than me, and she lost her tooth, and we were sleeping over, and she's like, the Tooth Fairy's coming tonight. I was like, who's the Tooth Fairy? And she's like, well, all I gotta do is put my tooth under my pillow, and the Tooth Fairy's gonna come, and she's gonna take the tooth and replace it with, you know, money. You know, this is a good thing for her. She's all excited, but I'm freaked out. I'm sleeping next to her. I don't want a fairy going next to my head, opening up a pillow, and replacing the tooth with money. Like, that's going by my head. That's like a freaking ghost going by my head, you know? So I, like, start freaking out. I'm, like, 3.5, 4 years old. I start freaking out. I live an hour away from my parents, so I can't go home. So my aunt allows me to call my mom, and she's like, Amy, you're okay. Amy's okay. You know, it's just, you know, it's a good thing. It's not going to hurt you. Da-da-da. But I was terrified. Terrified. Everybody else was, like, everybody else was like laughing at me. All my cousins were like laughing, and my other cousin laughed so hard. The one who lost her tooth was laughing so hard she peed her pants. Anyways, it's a cool story, but after that, when I got home, my mom told me about the tooth fairy and what the tooth fairy really is. And I don't think I've ever believed in Santa either. Like, I think I was always just told, you know, to respect other people's thoughts, you know. So it's kind of sad. It's kind of a weird thing to lie to kids, too. Like, I work with kids, so they always ask me, Miss Kredo, is this true? Or is this true? And it's so sad because I always say whatever you believe, it's true. Whatever everybody says, because people are, even the kids are saying, you know, Elf on the Shelf is not real. That's not real. And then I have kids crying. And so I always go, whatever you believe in your heart is true. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else believes. It only matters what you believe. So that's kind of my, you know, rule of thumb, is to tell them that. Because when I have kids, I honestly don't know if I want to tell them that there is a Santa, or to lie to, I can't lie to anybody. Like, I just have this thing. I can't lie. Like, if I do lie, every lie, like, you should not lie, because every lie, the truth comes out. The truth is going to come out no matter what. And so it's like, why lie? Because it only gets, like, Judge Judy. I watched Judge Judy. The judge, she always says, if you're not lying, if you're telling the truth is easy. You don't have to remember what you said, or remember, because lying, it's not just guilt, but you have to remember all the lies in that little lie that you said. So it's like, I always want to, that's my thing. Be honest, be true, be you. Be honest, be true, be you. You know, it's easy. Just say it up front. Tell it like it is. Don't lie. Anyways, so when I grew up, I don't know if I'm going to tell my kids about, you know, Santa and, like, the Easter Bunny. I mean, I never had the Easter Bunny come to my house. Easter and Christmas are not about, you know, the reason why they came about is not from the Easter Bunny and not for Santa. It's because of Christ. And that's another reason I don't want to lie to my kids, because I have tons of stories where, you know, kids who grew up believing there's a Santa Claus, believing all this, and your parents are someone you can trust, like, you know. So if you tell them from an early age on, you know, that there is such a thing, then that's taking trust away from your kids and you. So, like, when you tell them, like, let's say something good that you really want them to believe, that trust value goes down with anything, with anyone. Once you lie to them, it's hard to regain trust. But so that's why I don't want to tell my kids about, like, you know, Santa Claus or the Tooth Fairy. Like, I want to be honest. I mean, it is taking away from the fun of it. We still can. Like, when I lost a tooth, my mom would still play Tooth Fairy. Even though I knew it was her, she would, you know, replace the tooth with money. We would still go through the actions, and Santa actually came to our house, but I knew who it was coming from. So we'll still play the actions, but we'll know the truth. Anyways, the reason why I don't want to do that to my kids is because with things that you want them to believe, like, let's say if you want to teach them about God, you want to teach them about religion. Some kids who were told there was a Santa from a really early age were devastated when they found out there wasn't a Santa, and then they started to question, well, is there a God? It's the same thing. I've never seen Santa. I've never seen, you know. So you don't want to go down that route. You want to stay, I want to stay as close to the truth of a holiday as I can. Like Easter, it's not about the Easter Bunny. It's about Christ. Teach them about that. Teach them about Christmas. And even though Christ wasn't really born on Christmas, we acknowledge the fact that he was born on Christmas. I mean, he really was born in September or October, late September, early October, somewhere around there. So it's like, but we acknowledge the fact that he came into the world on Christmas, because when we just kind of appreciate him on that day. So it should be less about lying and more about, I mean, it should be less about Santa and more about the truth. Like, even this year for Christmas, like, I didn't get any gifts, really. I kind of gave away stuff. I have my niece and nephew. Like, it's all about the kids, Christmas. So it's like, who cares if you get anything? The only thing is like love, family, giving, seeing people's faces when you open your gifts. Like, I don't care. Christmas is all about family. Family and Christ. Like, keep it about that. So it is sad that like people feel like there's a rush, there's a timeline to get in things before Christmas. Oh my gosh. Like, Black Friday is, like, horrible. Like, people are trampling people just to get good deals and things. And, like, a good thing this year, though, like, when I was Christmas shopping and doing things like that, lots of people were saying, oh, you only have one item? Go ahead in front of me. Like, a lot of people are really generous this year, and that's what I really like. That's what I really like seeing. So, yeah. And then, like, it's just like every holiday, you feel like you're forced to do something fun, even on your birthday. You feel like if you're not doing anything on your birthday, if someone doesn't say happy birthday to you, a certain someone, your spirits go down. It shouldn't be that. It should be every day you feel valued and appreciated. It shouldn't be on a special day you get gifts. It should be, like, wouldn't that be cool? Like, if someone just gave you a gift or said to you, like, I appreciate you just for being you on any regular day, like, especially, like, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is hard. Like, it's just like you're forced to do something, forced to outdo yourself every year. Like, you're forced to go out, like, commercialism, society, telling you that you have to do something. Go out and get presents. And if you don't get this certain toy, that person's or gift, that person's going to be mad at you. And that shouldn't happen. Whatever you get, even if it's just an I love you, you know. Holidays are hard. I kind of hate holidays because you always feel like you're forced to do something fun. If you don't do something fun, or if you're not included in a party or something, you just feel horrible, and it shouldn't be a depressing time. It should not. What I do like about the holidays, though, is that you get a break from your work life, like the everyday strain, and you get to be with family. That's one thing that's really good, is that people slow down. People slow down. Like, if that Rascal Flatts song, sorry, I'm, like, talking, like, really fast. And when I'm talking about slowing down, I'm talking about going fast. But the Rascal Flatts song called I Miss Mayberry. Mayberry is in Andy Griffith's show. It's that, you know, town where it's slow. It's very low population, small town. Everybody knows one another, and, you know. But it's like, everybody slows down. I miss Mayberry, sipping on the porch, drinking ice cold cherry Coke. You know, like, it's saying the world spins faster nowadays than back then. Like, the world just, you know, it's just, everything's go, 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 go. Everything's like, you gotta get this, you gotta get that. We gotta work. We're working our butts off. For what? This is what I wanted to go into last video. Like, we're working our butts off, and, like, we're working for our house. We're working for, you know, our car. We're working for all this nice stuff, for money. And we're working to get money to buy that house, to buy that car. But guess what? We're never in that house to enjoy that house. We never enjoy being with our family in that nice house, or that nice boat that you just got. You can't go out and have the time to have fun in that nice boat. You can't spend time in that because you're always working to pay off that house, to pay off that boat. You're working so much that you don't get to enjoy the nice stuff that you bought. That's why things are not important. Experiences are. Like, seriously, you can't take money to the grave. You can't take anything, any material thing to the grave, and we're all going to the grave. We're not going to escape it. Stay humble, because you are going to die. We're all going to die. We can't take our money with us. We can't take our things with us. And sadly, we can't take our loved ones with us. But hopefully in heaven we'll see them again. Like, that's the thing. We're all temporary. Everything is temporary. Every person that you meet is temporary. It's kind of sad, because even your loved one, you never know when their last day is going to come. Everyone's borrowed. Like, they're not yours. It's so sad. You can have them for a length of time and then they're gone. And it's sad. like I heard that, we're born, we come into this world alone, but when we leave, when we die, we're not alone because we're greeted, by our others on the other side. Hopefully that's true. I mean, everybody wants that to be true, right? Everybody wants to have a heaven, to experience everlasting life. If you go into the science based of it, nothing really dies. Energy is always there. Energy is just transferred. Boom. Like it goes, boom, transferred into this one. Boom, transferred into this one. It never dies. It just transfers. I mean, even a rolling ball. If you roll a ball, that energy that you used it would keep that ball going forever. The only reason it stops is because of the friction and the air resistance on Earth. If you roll a ball in space, that ball's going to going on forever. Nothing's going to stop it. And if something does stop it, that thing goes in motion. Energy is not created or destroyed. It never goes anywhere. So like it just transfers. So when you die, this is what I believe. When you die, you're not dead. You're just, your body, your physical body, your machine that you're in is dead. That part is dead. This part. But you, as a person, as a soul, because I believe the body and the soul are different entities, but they blend into one because we're dual. We are dual. We have this as our outer frame, but we have an inner person inside of us, our soul, that lives on forever. It's our energy. We all have energy. I believe in energy. That's why I believe in all the things Tesla did. If you look up Tesla, like his ideas, he died way too. I mean, he was coming up with inventions that would be crazy. Like, if he actually got the acknowledgement and money to, we would be. If we gave Tesla more credit, we would be different from where we are now. It's kind of interesting to think where we would be. That guy though got misled by Edison, and it was so sad. Everything that he tried to do, he got backfired in his face. Like, he'd become a business partner with and then he wouldn't get credited for his own inventions and his patents. So then he has to start getting patents, and it's kind of sad how greedy this world is. Like, if someone has a good idea, you have to patent that idea because you never know who's going to take that idea and make money off of it. So sad. Like, how people, you can't trust people. It's trust. Trust is a big thing. Big thing. Okay, now I don't even remember. I still don't remember my original topic that I wanted to do for when I was talking about the brain and that scenario issue I came up with the trains. I wanted to come up with something else, but we talked about a few things today. So I'll leave it off with that. So that's Random Thoughts with Amy. Hope you liked. And maybe I'll do this again. I mean, I have some time off work. I mean, I work sporadically till winter break is over. So we'll see. But this is fun. Like if you liked. Comment if you have any ideas for me to do or talk about. And I'll see you next time. Bye.